got there is you've got output spell card instead of output attack. Damage.
Gonna happen.
2d6 fire. Duration instant. See if that adds that.
India is even more intricately diverse.
+2 to hit just for proficiency. Spell casting ability, we're gonna go Dex here. There we go, that should fix it. Scorching Ray. There it is. With a Badoop.
And so that rolling against his AC right there, so that's going to range attack it.
However, you can hurl all 3 at once.
Right.
That's just 1 ray.
Right.
And then Acid Arrow, we make an attack card.
But sneak attack doesn't apply to...
Yeah, you would uncheck that, but it's a global damage modifier. I mean, heck, if you hit them and they're not suspecting it, it's still a sneak attack.
Sneak attack scroll, yeah.
That's what the whole Divine Trickster archetype is about, sneak attack spells.
Arcane Trickster?
He's napping.
Okay.
Oh, the way Giz said that, I was going to meet one of those. The guy is an arcane trickster.
No. He's a druid. You already know about him.
So you guys haven't tried Russian way. It's a white protein dumpling, very soft, very fulfilling. You guys are getting the food probably most.
By the way, Melt's Acid Arrow does half damage on miss.
I see that, yeah. That little splash damage.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. And then we can...
I just wanted to have a place where I could be an ambassador of Indian cuisine and provide Indian culture and hospitality to the high-end population to show them what we are.
It's not a ranged
I
attack.
think it was a lovely day. We had so many different experiences together.
Was the best experience? At the end of the day, the best was the friends we made along the way. Yeah.
Well, what a day, guys.
Bam.
I'm full.
Are you full?
I'm a little full.
I think I'm actually full.
Mimosa House, having like the whole grocery store there, there's something about the vibe that I just love. Able to go in the back and watch them make that thing. That was super cool. And the fact that they did that for us was really cool. I love seeing people do something that just lights up their face. Like it's really, really special.
Bunmosh does speak to us on the level of like we are like young big city kids, so we do like those types of restaurants.
Yeah,
so a lot of attractive foods. I've got to give it to its spices there. That was elevated. That was really high-end stuff, but it still felt traditional. It seemed like somewhere that I could take Ariel on a nice trip. That's your spice up there. That was what it was about. Yeah, it was like sharing and spreading happiness through food. And isn't that what food is all about, regardless of culture?
Yes. Thanks Lily for joining us today. Really, thanks so much.
We're dropping you off here?
Yeah.
No, that's traffic.
It's like a homie egg roll.
I was going to say the same thing.
A massive holiday. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so you only add your charisma to hit with these. That's the downside of using scrolls as a rogue.
We're going to be
Sorry, you only add your proficiency.
challenge today.
Okay, so I don't get the bonus to that.
Nope. Still does. You still get to sneak attack off it though.
That's cool.
It's just harder for you to hit with the spell.
This could go either way for me because there's some days
So
where
if
I'm
you
like,
can get yourself into a state where you have advantage when you do it, do so.
Feel what that feels like.
Also, if you get scrolls that don't require a person to
I'm gonna lose.
This is a different kind of try not to touch
like,
challenge.
saves.
Animal tracks, which is
Okay.
exotic animal
Those are good too.
sanctuary.
So it's all animals. Like scary
Sneak attack,
animals?
lucky
Like are we
raid.
getting a Komodo dragon? Are we
Cunning
getting like
action.
parrots? Or like a bear?
Cunning action is very good.
Toucan?
Here's how the game's going to work. We're going to show you touch and interact with them or not.
Yeah.
And if you choose to
We've been
interact
using
with them,
that
you have to
for
take a
sure.
bite of whatever that animal eats.
What? Oh, wait, if it's a... What is it, bananas or berries? Granola.
You're right. You're right.
Or worms and maggots and crickets.
We're gonna do some research on the
Dude, I'll eat anything. This is a try to pet animals video.
Alright, is everyone here?
A bird, you'd have to eat
Spencer's
mouse.
here.
Why did you go there? They eat seeds.
Yep.
Are you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, we got one, sir. We got Theron.
Hold some by this.
I haven't had breakfast, so. I know, I haven't had breakfast either. So I guess I'm petting the animals.
Get out of here.
It sounds like we got Urus. We're waiting on Az. He's taking out his puppy.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, so we got Az. We're gonna be missing a fighter tonight, so he's gonna be fighting.
Yeah, I think you
One
can
sec.
take the sheet back now.
Alright,
Alright,
here.
thanks, Tom.
Take him off.
I want to be a supermodel.
What do you want?
You could have been in Sewing Machine. You are massive. Oh, wow.
Oh, cool. So when you put the spells into like the attack mode, it shows up in.
So if you ever get a potbelly pig or a micro mini pig, this is what you're going to end up with. Or you can end up with what, a 600 or 700 pound hog. You just never know what you're going to get. You want to
So, let's begin. When we last left off the party, after finishing killing the Goblin King, they found a shaft. Upon going down the shaft, it led into a large open room. When they got into the room, there were 3 skeletons working on a garden. They were attacked with the skeletons with the gardening tools. When the noise happened, a bugbear hunter came from the northern room and attacked. A fight ensued. They dropped south and they found a large rift which expanded across a large area. They decided to go to the left where they encountered their first fire snake. After a large fight ensued, they took a short rest and headed up into the Goblin Barracks. This is where Wenser performed the most heroic caper the world has ever seen. He entered into each of the bedrooms and stole all of the goblins' weapons while they were sleeping, without waking them or them noticing. Everyone then took to a door each, and they knocked on the doors, and the goblins came out. Unable to really fight, they got two punches in on Azrael, as his disfavorite enemy appears to be goblins because they can't miss on him. Then they had a heck of a time with a Bruce Lee style goblin who just couldn't be hit. They spent the night in the Goblin Barracks, where they then entered into an area which was an arboretum of sorts. Upon searching the rooms of the arboretum, they encountered a fire snake, skeletons, and 2 goblins, to which they entered into a shrine to the dragon Ashardalon. Upon finding a hidden compartment in the back of the room, Shadow attacked, draining some of the strength of the party. They went down a corridor which led underneath the arboretum in an underground tunnel, which they came up the other side and found a small library where they encountered about 4 twig lights, and then they decided to post up in the library, which had lockable doors, and they are waking up from the rest in the library. So, what would you guys like to do?
So, just because I know I had gotten off right before the end of the last time we D&D'd there, but so this library's been looted, right? Do we find anything good?
The only thing that was not looted from that room
I mean, even though I'm
was
his mom, if I go in there and I have like 5 minutes with him, he's like, leave.
only thing that was not looted was a tome titled in Draconic, The Treasures of Fire. But upon inspection by Wenser, he noticed a glyph on it, a glyph, just like a arcane marking on it, to which Earth warned that the book is probably trapped and to not touch it. And that's otherwise inside the study. There were a few scrolls. There was a scroll of entangle, a scroll of protection from poison, and a tome on druidic theories of cycle of life and death. And there was 365 gold and 4 agate gems. Agate.
Oh God.
We gave your dragons some loot, and I think we saved the book for you, and then everything else was divvied up.
You kept the book on life and death because it dealt with religion.
But the Draconic tome as well, I think.
No, you guys did not touch that, seeing as you noticed it.
Oh, yeah, because he wasn't here we were waiting for him to magic at it.
Who did we get the entangle at?
I don't know.
I have entangle.
Okay, that's right.
So, do you have Dispel Magic?
I don't believe I took that.
Yeah, then that would be unwise.
I could like arcane focus at it, but that's about it.
I mean, you can roll an Arcana check if you would like to see what you know about it.
I will.
Oh,
12.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The scrolls, do we wind up putting the scrolls in our inventory, or the spell
Yeah.
take content?
Okay.
So
Add the spell scroll to your. We just went over this with Windsor. The solution is you go to the D&D 5th edition compendium under the little eye mark, and you type the name of the spell and you search for it. You drag it into your spell list temporarily, and it'll make it an attack card.
Babies are born.
If you already have entangle, I think you do as a ranger. Do you?
no, he didn't take that one. I don't think.
No.
I have the text for it. You need it here. Because here, I'll put it in the chat. There you go.
Yeah, feel free to post plenty of flavored text, guys. I am streaming, so.
Not the metagame, but again, Giz was really eager to offer up entangle. Suppose the boss fight probably has entangle.
Maybe.
All right, I guess. Oh. So we looted this place. I think we found the grove. Why don't we look for the other kid? That's why we came.
I don't trust these trees. You've been attacked by too many trees lately. I'll make a perception check.
All right.
Somebody assist.
Oh God, this is weird. Where did you get these greens? The tree?
Let's see what happens. All right. 19 perception. All right. These briars, just looking at them, you can tell that they cover a portion of the ground. It's probably, unless you're a small or a smaller creature, like a medium creature might be able to get through, but it's going to be really tough for a larger creature to get through these. It's just briar. bramble patches, you know, so that's what you're looking at. I described it to him earlier, so what you guys are looking at is if you look at the ground, it's almost arid, it's dried and cracked, and you see these almost dead bramble bushes. They're of a gray color, of almost something that if you look like you brushed against it too hard, it would snap. But they're pretty hardy. That's what you can see.
And it just covers everything, so it's not like something we could sneak through.
I mean, if you're a small or a medium creature, you can walk through it pretty easily.
So
How about I scout ahead? Seems like something I can get through.
I say we burn him.
My ears perk up at the sound of potentially lighting things on fire.
That son of a kid. He set everything on fire. No one's gonna survive that.
What if we just soak him with oil? Do we have oil?
Is that if the conditions in the environment are optimal for her to have a baby, say they're having a severe drought, they can actually suspend them forming into an embryo if the conditions aren't
Likewise, I believe I also have oil.
baby, so they can stop that for up to
2 flasks of oil over here.
So kangaroos aren't dangerous.
And 2 flasks of oil on me.
2 on me.
Those are the ones that are the defenders of the female. So you've seen everything. Yeah, they look like void raiders, the males do, but they're so strong that they can actually balance on their tail and kick with both feet at the same time.
Nice.
Radius chimes in.
You can.
And I've got this lantern over here. We can handle it.
Oh, it's so
All right,
soft.
and
So we'll just start splashing oil onto the bushes as we move
The
in.
males would be.
Well, only the small one would be able to get through.
You guys have 5 bushes, right? And you have 5 flasks of oil, so you're able to put oil on these 5 bushes.
Yeah,
We have 8.
We have 8.
Yeah.
All right, 6, 7, 8. All right, so you're gonna burn these bushes.
We're just gonna spritz oil over them as we go past them. We're not gonna light them yet because we gotta save them.
All right, so you put flammable oil all over these 8
I mean, the bread is great.
fire patches.
Come on out so much, guys.
All right, so move your characters as you guys
It
go.
was pretty awesome. At first, I was a little bit scared because I get a little nervous around
Be sneaky.
animals, but then after,
Yeah,
like, all the animals were so friendly and they were so
for
like
you,
fun to be around. I really liked it.
hold on 1 second.
I think we both really enjoyed it.
It was really informative and educational.
All right,
It was wonderful. It was really cool to see
I
these
am
animals,
going
like,
to
just in their not natural habitat, but just like in a loving, caring
have to make
facility for them, and just like see
as
some
you
animals
start
I've never had like the chance to
so
ever see.
this will be as you start moving.
Learn about them. I was so happy when we
It
got
is
to
going to
Christchurch,
be
and then, like, when we got
make
to
a
feed some of
Constitution
them,
saving
oh
throw
my
for
gosh,
your
I was
dragon.
blown away. I was like, there's no way I can actually ever get this opportunity again to feed a pig.
My favorite was probably the little tiny fox.
Dobby.
The little Dobby. So cute.
People just, I think, they don't really understand how animals should be
All right,
treated. Or
that's
like
fine. It
more
can
about
move
these
another
animals
5
and
feet.
know that they have a life of their own, and that we should
Why
just be like, oh,
was there a Constitution throw?
You know, it just makes you have a little more respect. for all of
Because
them.
your dragon's just getting nailed with briars.
Yeah, good job recuperating and
It's a large creature, considered large.
Can she fly over them?
Yep.
Then that is what she will do.
Alright, so she is able to fly for 80 feet, and then she'll have to come down. So you'll have to make another Constitution saving throw at 80 feet.
I did not
10, 15.
enjoy
Can she land on a wall?
Yeah.
No,
I don't see a
definitely
problem with
not.
that.
Thanks for watching. Try not to touch.
Probably has to make a climb check to do it.
Alright, so as you guys get over to here, let me
Which animal
unveil
was your
some of
favorite?
them.
Let us know in the comments. Bye.
You guys are gonna...
You guys check out
Sneaking
Animal
too.
Tracks
We
at
all rolled still.
animaltracksinc.org.
Really well, too.
Yeah. Alright, so you guys get to about here. You can see to about here, I would say.
Well, actually, what's I think halfling base vision distance is 90 feet, and he's in front, so
Well, I'm.
Also, who has dark vision in here anyway? Because it should be half the party.
Yeah. Or,
I do.
Darren would. Maybe
All
we
right.
should have
All the dark
him leading with his.
We'll say you can see to about here.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello. Quick question: what are these little like wall things? Are these just crumbled ruins, or?
Yeah, the ruins of structures that used to be there. They were cleared for this garden.
How tall are they?
The Twilight Grove.
Yeah,
I would say they're about, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet high.
Oh, okay.
Cover.
Hide behind them.
Yeah.
and now is this whole area, DM, covered in these briars and brambles and stuff like that?
I wouldn't say the whole area. Well, yeah, a majority of it.
So far, my dragons moved 25 feet.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's flying.
I guess we'll continue to sneak closer.
All right. So, as you sneak to here. All right. Perfect. Right there. We'll stop there. Stop you guys. All right. So. All right. So, at this point, you guys hear, hold a moment. You know not what you do, party. As Bellic screams it from across the room as he is able to notice you guys.
Oh, this is me, isn't it? Since I have the high charisma. Quick question, party. Does anybody have a higher charisma than 16?
It's not me.
No.
I have a 15.
GM, may we ready actions, or is it too late?
No, it's too late. So just he's engaging. He said, "Hold." You know,
made a trip to Magical Ward.
You don't know what you're doing.
I'm on a mission from God.
Oh, Earth comes
Oh,
forward.
okay.
Do you wish to stand in my way?
Listen, cleric. I am a man of religion myself. I worship nature as you worship your deity.
Another step forward. Thoradin says you're doing something that needs to be stopped.
The girl. Do we see any of the party members?
Listen, I am Bellic, called the Outcast. My circle expelled me, the fools. Why? Because I dared to expand nature's reach in ways they couldn't grasp. I have found what I sought in the Goldfish tree. The Goldfish tree.
GM, 2 questions. One, can Bellic currently see all of our party?
Yes.
Shouldn't I be hidden behind this wall?
Well, he knows you're there.
Okay.
You have to think. You guys have been sleeping. You attacked the goblin camp. The goblin chief worked for Bellic. If you don't think that he sent someone to give him news of you guys and the good description and how big the party is and that you have a dragon, no, he knows everything about you guys.
Yeah, he's been waiting for us.
He's waiting.
This is his grove. Druids have supernatural senses there.
Okay, so second question. Can we see the girl, I believe? Because the boy was dead, right?
Yes. So, right here, this would be the girl you are looking for. Her name is Sherwin, and she is working with. Well, you can talk to her if you want.
Oh, so she's like living and breathing, just kind of standing there, not like dead.
No, she's in perfect health.
I'm talking to this guy here.
Yes.
He's talking to us. Does he have a weapon drawn?
He has his staff. I mean, he's always got his staff. He's a druid.
Perception
to the left of him.
To the left of him? That, why don't you make a intelligence check?
An intelligence check?
Yeah.
I have 0 intelligence, but I'll roll that.
Not a save, just a check.
Somebody assist him.
Sorry.
Somebody with a higher intelligence than me, because mine's Garbo.
Alright, so Darren, roll in intelligence. Just click on intelligence on your character sheet.
Doing it
Nice.
Alright, okay. So,
for the guy
you
with
think...
zero intelligence. It's not.
No, not at all. So you think back to what the woman back in the shopkeeper told you. She said that Sir Bradford, Caracas the Ranger, Sherwin, and her son went down into the citadel. You know that the son was killed. Probably, from what you can gather with your intelligence, you figure he wasn't cooperating down there. All right. Now, so Bradford and Sherwin are standing before you, and Bellick. So they're not injured; they're fine. So it might pique your curiosity to ask some questions.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I'm gonna poke my head up from behind this like little half wall and be like, "Your brother. What happened to your brother?"
uh, well, see, I asked this party to be a. I asked them to be supplicants of the Golthus tree. And he would not hear me. The ranger was dead long before I came along. The goblins subdued the adventuring party, and seeing as the goblins worked for me, I decided to show mercy and allow them to come and worship the Golthus tree with me.
Trees are gods.
Ah, that's where you're wrong. Isn't it beautiful? No? It
Gonna walk up to it.
I'm gonna interject really quick before.
Oh, that okay. So you're gonna touch the tree.
Can I interject before he does that?
Touching the tree?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sense evil within it.
Can we roll like a general
Well,
perception?
hold on. Before move back, because he's in the middle of a speech. So you wouldn't be able to walk there before he gets through with it. Hold on.
We didn't address it either. We're talking to people, but we'll listen.
All right. So it's beautiful, no? It looks as though it's dead. In an age-long past, someone staked a vampire in this very spot. The stake took root, and so grew the Golthus tree, reverberating with primal power from the master vampire who it slain.
So it's evil. I'm gonna sit down right here, cross-legged, and just solid eye contact with him, stare him down for a while.
What's GM? I'm so sorry. What's his name again?
Bellick.
Oh, sorry, that's Gladius, not me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead, you can roll intimidation for Gladius.
No, I was trying to roll it for me. Hey, crit.
All right.
So it's evil.
Listen. The Golthus tree is it's nature. It's nature that was born from evil, yes. However, it created life. It created the twig blights that grow from the seeds of the tree's fruit. It creates the apple, which cure wounds.
This is an aberration.
How can you know that it is evil?
Bellick, you speak of life. We come at the request of a mother, looking only for her children. Would you allow us to take the daughter back with us and leave in peace?
It is her will that she serves and became supplicant to the Golthus tree.
What's the girl's name?
Is it Sherwin?
Sherwin.
I would like to roll persuasion and attempt to persuade Sherwin to come back with us.
Go ahead.
And Bradford is alive as well?
Yeah. She just looks at you and she says, you'd be better off trying to persuade the cleric to betray his own god. No, I will not leave the tree. I serve the tree now.
But Sherwin, your daughter, or your mother, she misses you dearly. Won't you please come back with us?
Then bring back the corpse of my brother. I stay with the tree.
There's no use in talking to them. They're under his spell.
It's more likely the tree.
I do no magic on these people. Though your remains would enrich the compost, you'll serve my needs better as supplicants. You shall retain your lives after a fashion. Surrender and submit peacefully or perish.
Ready action Bane if he draws a weapon.
His weapon's already drawn, so.
I've had my longbow.
And yeah, well, I mean, they're ready too. So this is going to be a straight initiative roll once you guys like make a motion. So if you guys want to engage combat,
I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna try one more time, and I'm gonna engage Bellic one final time. Bellic,
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you, do not make us destroy everything that you've worked so hard for. Let the girl leave with us, and we will leave in peace. My eyes glowing a deep red as Ixen growls behind me.
Counteroffer. You kneel before my tree and kiss its roots. Become supplicants of the tree, or else I will destroy you.
Ixen immediately roars.
All right, everyone roll initiative.
Sorry, one of the first one is first, the second one's Gladius.
All right.
As we're rolling, Ixen roars in a challenge. She kneels to no one.
Pat, just, I know this is a little metagame, but I have a feeling that the supplicants, the sister and the guy, is going to attack us. So don't forget your intent, like be able to tie them up before they, like, you know what I mean? Like you can at least like maybe.
Do you want to? Gladius got the 8, right?
Yes.
And then.
Why do I always have such garbo initiative?
You don't have a high dex. Initiative is a glorified way of saying make a dex check.
No, I know. I always have the lowest checks.
Bad.
I'm gonna write some flavor text while the rolling's going on.
That's fine. Go. Sharwin. Okay. And then run.
I'm assuming. Did we know that these were twig blights in front of us, or you?
Yeah, you know those are twig blights.
Like they were just standing there, like guarding, kind of.
Yeah, they're the children of the tree.
There's a frog somewhere in there?
Yeah. You knew he had a giant frog, you just don't know where it is.
Oh. We did hear about a frog. Okay, the dragon and the frog have to get into combat.
Initiative for you guys.
Giant pet love battle.
Giant pet love.
Don't make me make her burn you where you stand. I'll tell her you called her a pet.
Initiative.
And the twig blights got some initiative.
Yes, they do. Alright. Alright. So to start off the round, this twig blight right here, he is to appear, he's going to right here, and he is going to...
Hold on, he provokes Gladius.
Gladius can't be over there.
He walked up to the chick to ask her questions earlier.
Alright, that's fine. I didn't notice. Fine. Maybe because...
Nope, sorry, that's not supposed to be superiority. So just 10 piercing.
Pierce. All right. Okay. All right. Shattered. Like, uh, I'll allow it. I'll allow it because that was be done now because they would have engaged seeing him come back. All right. So. All right.
Jizz, you're cutting out a little bit, so we'll just watch you push your talkie.
Actually, all right. Never mind. All right. Go ahead. Once you're up.
Did the twig light? It died. It got smushed.
Gladius exploded it.
All right.
Oh my god, I know exactly where he's from.
All right. I'm going to go for Bellic.
The twig blight gets an attack of opportunity on you.
All right.
I think you have to move through her, unless you move through its square, you have to move through her threat range as well.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. So if I ended,
you'd have to basically go here.
You could go through the two twig blights and move first square to get to Bellic, or
a diagonal straight line.
So if I ended there and I went through
the two twig blights, it would take two twig.
Well, I'm still in their threat range, so I'm not moving out of it.
If you come within 5 feet of them and then disengage to move to Bellic, to get.
Right. But so isn't the threat range one square all around the twig blight? So if I stayed within their threat range, but I just moved where I was, I don't think I draw an actual attack of opportunity, right? Do you understand what I mean?
Like where you are now?
Yeah.
So I started here. So if you have one square all around the twig blight, if I moved from here,
so you're saying you're
here,
engaging all
here, right?
Okay, that's fine.
God, you put yourself though in a real bad situation. Just so you know, like you're pretty surrounded right now with no tank near you.
I hear you.
You're right next to an evil tree.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know if that's gonna grab you.
Yeah, we'll see.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near the tree, maybe.
Wenser is kind of a hothead sometimes, so.
All right.
And he can always dash and dodge and.
Wenser, be careful of the tree.
All right, I'm gonna mind the roots of the branches as I'm sprinting at Bellic. Both daggers drawn, going for like a low blow. Gonna kind of like dodge to the side and like come up on like an upward attack with both daggers.
So you're attacking Bellic? Yeah. All right, feel free. Full attack.
Yeah, I'm just taking a sneak attack. Hang on, sorry. That wouldn't count as a sneak attack here. No, he's not flanked.
All right. So as you swing at Bellic, he moves out of the way, preemptively noticing your attack.
That's my offhand.
All right.
Oh.
Yep. So, yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Whoa. I had superiority on. I'm sorry. Hang on.
No. That's fine. Don't worry. So we'll just ignore it. So you got 7 damage. Okay. Will that end your turn?
Yeah. Because the bonus action was the offhand.
So this is a simultaneous attack. As this happens, what are you going to do, Earth?
I think I'm going to step up here to shield for Wenser, and I'm going to reach out to Bellic and tell him that Thoradin sent me here to stop whatever the hell you're doing. And his hammer will bear down upon thee mightily. And I raise my hammer up and cast Spiritual Weapon, which will deal damage immediately and then float for the rest of combat without concentration.
So, wait, Spiritual Weapon is a bonus attack.
Yes, it is. And then I'm going to piece him with the Warhammer two-handed in the chin.
Okay. All right.
Damn. Hammers for days.
As a reaction,
I need a token for the hammer too, because it stays for a minute, dealing that damage every round.
hold on 1 second.
Gotta name that hammer now.
Thoradin's hammer.
Right here. All right.
Yeah, wait, that's the hammer we've been following around the whole time.
Yep.
All right. So at this point, lay on hands is a bonus, right? Yeah.
Lay on hands, yeah.
All right. So the paladin is gonna lay on hands. 20 healing on Bellic.
What's the paladin's name again?
He is Brett, and then he is going to swing on he's going to drop his shield and swing on Earth.
Thoradin protects me.
All right, so he misses with his longsword, and he will he'll stay right there. All right.
We just know he cast the heal.
All right, this twig blight right here is going to turn around. He is going to take a shot at Uris. You guys can hit for shit. Nope. All right, so he, you see him, and as he puts out his arm, the twigs of his arm swirl and fly at you with pointed ends as you just barely get out of the way as it streaks across your face, and then it sucks its appendages back in. All right. So up next, it is going to be Sherwin's turn. All right. Sherwin.
Who'd we lose?
Not 100% sure. We got these as is. I think everyone's still here.
It was Riven.
Oh, okay. All right. So at this point, Sherwin is going to start her attack. Let's see. All right. That could work. That could definitely work. How much can she? Yeah, that will work. All right. She's going to move over to here. She's going to look right in front of her. And she is going to cast Color Spray. All right. She rolls 6d10. And then anyone in her, starting with the lowest hit points, she will 6, 10. All right, 39.
What?
So right in front of her, she is going to spray you with a dazzling array of flashing colored lights that springs from her hands, Wenser and Theron are now blind.
Oh, it's the God. And like, what does that mean?
All attacks are at disadvantage.
And is there any way to remove that?
Remove blindness or deafness as per the spell, which I don't have prepared, and
Side note,
when it ends.
Theron, you have that elixir, but I don't know if that does anything for blindness.
Not if I can't see it.
Here's what all creatures have advantage against you guys on attack rolls. You have disadvantage, and so you guys fail all ability checks as well, automatically.
Any that require sight.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that requires sight. Yeah, you're correct.
How long does the spell last for? Do we not know that?
What?
How long does the spell?
That would be an Arcana check on our spellcaster's part.
Yeah, you would have to do a check.
And I probably have to do it on my turn, huh?
No, you can do an Arcana check to identify a spell as you see it cast. That's a reaction, but it would be your reaction.
Did the twig blights get blinded too?
No, because it's yeah. No, it's directed at you guys.
It isn't just like a cone, because a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, but it affects a certain number of hit points of creatures based on the spellcaster's will, implying that it has targeting effects.
Oh, okay.
And she moves back. Here. So,
does she provoke from Gladius? No, he already used it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she provoke Wenser then? Because she was right in front of Wenser.
He's blind. But
can't get an attack of opportunity blind.
You can.
But you have disadvantage on attack.
Go ahead. Roll your attack. And take the lower of the two. Yep. You miss.
Sweet.
So at this point, you have your eyes closed, your eyes hurt, and you're just whipping at the wind.
All right.
This is your first real battle, guys. Now it's Bellic's turn. Bellic is seeing this. He is going to good one for him. All right, so gonna use poison spray on you two. All right, so seeing as you guys can't see, you two are going to make a Constitution save, both of you.
Who?
You, Theron, Wenser, and Kyle. Kyle, you did yours too, so good.
I'm also a dwarf.
You passed. Yeah.
Constitution save.
All right.
Sorry, what's the save?
It's under your saves. Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, Theron. Sorry, Theron. You take 11 poison damage.
What does this mean?
11 hit points go away.
All right.
All right. Next, the frog leaps down in front from, and he is going to attack Gladius. All right, 20. What is his AC?
his AC is 19.
He takes 2 piercing damage from a bite from the frog.
Is restrained.
Yes.
Advantage on attack rolls.
Oh, you get to make a strength saving throw, DC 11. Oh no, it's until that's at the beginning of your next turn. Never mind. Yeah, you're grappled. All right.
Okay, so it's the beginning of his turn. So
Yep. Go ahead, make a strength save.
I think use his inspiration on that.
He doesn't have inspiration.
I just clicked it.
Oh.
Check the log.
All right. So he had inspiration that he didn't use? Okay. All right. Fair enough. So as Gladius begins his turn, he pushes his elbows into the frog's mouth and uses his elbows to smash open the frog's mouth to get its teeth out of his mouth. Well, not his teeth, but his bite off of him. And what would Gladius like to do?
I think he's gonna hit it with his greatsword. Does that connect?
It does.
Actually, superiority hit it with his greatsword.
Yep.
So,
go ahead.
Then action surge, swing at it again.
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
And those superiority dice, I'm gonna tell Wenser to attack twice with the command action.
So you're burning 3 superiority dice?
I'm burning 4 superiority dice.
Okay, so...
sorry, I'm only foregoing 1, actually, because I'm not using my bonus action.
You can... Okay. Okay, so...
He's used 3 superiority dice.
Yeah, so he did 10 on the first, and then 8 on the second, right? And then he's using the superiority dice to have once-er attack?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's done. Alright, so with 18 damage, the frog is destroyed. And then...
Down.
The run to
so
Wenser
then,
and tell
Wenser,
him to
go
attack.
ahead and make your attack with disadvantage because you're blind.
On Bellic?
With a superiority die.
Yeah.
You can pick a twig blade too. It's up to you what you want to attack. I just told you to attack.
What do you recommend? You're telling me to attack.
Whatever you think the opening is, man. Go for the
this is a battlefield conversation, guys. So you got to be quick.
The opening.
All right, I'm gonna turn and try to get that twig blade that's behind me.
All right. Go ahead. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
He's flanked too, right? So sneak attack damage?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't add the sneak attack shit.
It's up top. It's 9.
Got it.
So, boom. All right, you guys took care of that. How's our ranger looking?
Blind.
And minus 11 health. So where are you at?
Yeah. What did you start at?
I was at 18.
Oof.
So now you're at 7.
Yeah, I'm at 7.
Okay.
Oh, we skipped you because the turn order tracker was reversed.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Can I rummage through my belongings, GM, and try to find elixir of health?
Yes, you can.
Do I have to roll in order to do that?
No, I'll say, let's see, 5 seconds. I would say that's your action. Still can get a bonus action off.
Okay, I'm gonna use an elixir of health and drink it.
Okay, you are no longer blind.
Awesome. Now I have a bonus action, you're saying?
Yes.
Don't you have to roll for the health back or no?
No, elixir of health is just, it's like it cures all status.
Gotcha.
So it's a rare potion that removes status.
Well, hold on, bear with me a second.
Can he bonus action a ranged attack? Or it has to be an offhand?
An offhand is just without the ability modifier on your
Yeah, so you're gonna take off your attack roll modifier and your damage modifier.
No, the attack modifier stays. The damage doesn't.
Oh, it does?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
So you could offhand, or like with your short sword, that twig blight, you're in range of that guy.
All right. I'll attack this twig blight here with my short sword.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Did that go through?
Let me check his AC real. You just hit. Go, and then you did 2 damage to it.
No.
Hey, anything helps. You're not late game. This is significant. All right.
He's not blind.
Az, you're up.
Okay. Really quick, Kyle. How much health you got on your character?
27.
Think you could take a fire breath?
Yeah.
Cool. So, being that my dragon's still flying, I'm gonna easily have her clear this gap.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, you can be.
I think she's only at about 45 feet used right now. And she.
If you're coming downwards to hit the twig blight.
Oh no, I'm using a straight up breath weapon.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna hit once or 2, and the spirit weapon. I don't know how many hit points.
The weapon doesn't have hit points. It's in feral.
Oh, okay.
What if I'm here?
Yeah.
If I'm here, would I not hit once, sir?
Good check. You would also not hit the twig blight.
What about on the line?
What about it?
What about if he was on the line?
Or could she get here, GM? Because then I could hit all 3 and not hit the Wenser.
Let me see. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you would hit all 3. Yes, if you put. Yeah, you could easily get there. You have 80 feet movement. Yeah, so you could do that. Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that uses 65 feet of movement, and yeah, she's just gonna do an all-out breath attack. Being told to kneel, she kneels to no one.
All right, go ahead.
Can you reveal that part of the room? Because the dragon is behind
Yeah.
black.
So I'll.
Or just a little bit of it.
All right.
Wow, this place is deep.
So
That's what she said.
Let's see. All right, the DC is 8 plus its Constitution modifier plus your proficiency. What's your Constitution on your dragon?
16.
No, the modifier.
Plus 2.
Plus 2? All right, so 12. And they get to make a, I'm guessing it's a dexterity. Okay,
Wait.
so they're...
If it's 16, it should be a +3 modifier, not a +2.
It's a 14 base.
Oh.
All right, so here we go. So I'm going to have to roll for each one of these. They're
I'll
dexterity.
also have to roll.
Yes, you will.
Which is dex, right?
Yeah, dex save. Hooray.
Does that do it?
Well, yeah. Twig Blight. Then we have Sir Bradford. Bellick.
Crit fail.
Paladin tripped over a branch.
He's in heavy armor. I wasn't expecting much, and he has a -1 dex. So
He's an FA.
he's Groddage. Wait. Hold on. Okay. We
Roll
go.
that damage then.
All right. So The Twig Blight and Bellic make it. Now roll your roll 2d6.
So they take half?
Yeah, they're gonna take half. Alright, so they're gonna take 2 fire damage apiece.
Does the Twig Blight take double from fire?
Actually, Bellic takes double from the fire.
Yeah.
So he takes 4.
Also, if that was his familiar, he should have taken psychic damage when we killed him. Well, a will save or psychic damage when we killed him.
Yeah, hold on.
My froggy.
Yeah, he's fine. Let's see, and then so let me check on the Twig Blight if he's got susceptibility to fire. Yeah, so he takes double.
You just
so
turn
he's
off your
taking 4.
I can tell you're in such a deep
Alright.
sleep every time you pass out. You're like snoring hard.
And Bellic took 4,
Just
and
turn
then
off
this
your
guy
alarm
is
if you want.
taking the full 5.
Swan's coming down.
Okay. Oncer, you're up.
Okay. Quick question: blinded, can I use a scroll?
No.
Okay.
You can't.
No, wait a minute, because wouldn't she be able to move and finish to get out of where she is as a end action?
Oh,
Who?
finish your movement.
My dragon.
Yeah, so you could probably get half. The furthest you could get would be to Theron. He can't get all the way back to you.
Can she get here?
Yeah, that'd be fine. You can put it on the wall up there. That's fine.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, now I'm
Oncer, go ahead.
Alrighty. I'm gonna like grip the daggers tight, eyes closed, 'cause you can't see a damn thing. Like trying to like smell my enemy here. I'm gonna try for like the stab on Bellic again.
All right, go ahead.
The stab, he said.
He's flanked, so I'm gonna. Can I sneak attack blinded? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yes.
All right. So
you have inspiration.
I do, but I don't. Well, I guess
you could use it. You could crit.
Right,
If you want to crit, go ahead.
This is the big battle.
Yeah. All right. So burn your inspiration, and go ahead and roll damage. All right. So it's gonna be 11, and it's gonna be 8. So 19 damage to Bellic. Okay.
29.
29?
29.
No.
It's just, the sneak attack alone was.
No. That's the way that it's rolled is he got his. That's for the first and the second. So he would be using the first damage. Look at it when you hover it over. He gets his 2d6.
So he'd be doing 11 plus.
Oh wait. No, you're right. Hold on. I forgot he got 2d6 when he leveled, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You nuked him. He's dead. Oh, how do you want to do it? How do you want to kill him?
Yeah. All right. Because like I said,
Stop. How do you want to kill him?
I'm gonna go like. Let me think about this for a second. All right. I'm gonna go for like the knife like under the jaw into the skull kind of mode. Like I'm low to the ground, so I'm gonna like spring upwards and go for the knife like under the chin up into the brain kind of thing.
Right up his knees.
So what happens is as you're blindly, you have your daggers out to the side, one's to the right, one's to the left. You're sort of making an X, you're moving around, and you hit his staff. As soon as you touch his staff, you know you have him. So what you do is you flip the dagger on your right hand, you flip, you step onto his knee, and you almost Ryu Hadouken the dagger through the bottom of his chin up, and you could see that it just the jaw under the sheer force of the attack breaks, and his face crumbles in as you feel the blade puncture the bottom of the brain. You pull it out. There's gore and guts all over your hand. You feel like the soft flesh just like sucking to your hand as you pull it back out, and Bellic falls to the ground dead.
I think I got him.
Your bonus attack?
I'll just like do a little spinny flip around and see if I can stab the twig blight here with the offhand.
All right.
Crits again.
That's gonna hit.
Jeez.
Even at disadvantage. All right. Twig blight. So, in your blinded state, he just finished. He doesn't even know what he did. Only you guys around saw him totally like concave this dude's skull. He finishes. He just knows that it felt soft as he pulled away. He said, "I think I got him, guys." Then you see him. He just does a sweeping attack. It almost looks like a ballet move as he comes around with his left hand, and he just shatters the twig blight.
I hate something else.
Ernst is up.
I bring the spiritual weapon over next to the paladin so that it's right behind him.
Oh, behind him.
Mm-hmm. Will you lay down your arms, or will you die here on this hill? Well, in this pit.
I serve the tree.
All right.
Well, you serve your god. I serve the tree.
Wait, we should take the tree down. I'm just saying, the tree might release them.
We could knock them unconscious too and not kill them, right?
Let me burn it to the fucking ground. Just.
I am going to hit him with. I'll hit him with the warhammer and the spiritual weapon just to try and get his HP down so we can knock him off.
All right. As you swing your warhammer at him, he just picks up his shield, and you hear ding as he just slams your shield out of the way.
Yeah, that's not the one you need to worry about.
All right. And then the spiritual weapon, as he's swinging your warhammer out of the way, the hammer comes down, and you just hear a dent in the back of his helmet. Go ahead and roll damage.
I did 12 force.
12 force.
All
right. End turn.
All right. So now it is Sir Bradford's turn. He did not like what you just did to him, so he is going to retaliate. You guys really got him pinned. He's got his back to a wall. And a hammer. Let's see. All right, Sir Bradford, he is going to make his attack on you.
Thoradin protects me. Will your tree do that for you?
So as he comes and he swings from left to right, he comes and he swings as hard as he can, but he hits your armor. He finds no purchase as you guys just see sparks and you hear as the longsword just runs across the front of his armor. All right, next up, we have Sharwin.
Go away, lady. Go away.
This bitch.
All right. All right. Let's see.
Giz has like a toolbox of things to choose from. He's like, that. Yep, that'll work.
All right, she casts Magic Missile. She's gonna move.
At the darkness.
All right. So she is going to send the first two to hit Wenser, and the third to hit Ernst.
I can't even.
All right. So you take You take 9 damage as you feel the projectiles just pop, pop right into your chest. You don't know what it was. It's dark, but you know it hurt. And you are going to take 2 arcane damage first.
Okay.
Gladius's turn.
Well, somebody said chop down the tree, right?
Burn? Maybe burn? I don't know. I feel like we just need to.
You can chop it down.
So we're gonna superiority die greatsword that tree. I don't know how much armor class or whatever it has.
That will hit.
It's not moving.
Yeah.
Nice. And
So,
I'll use the one that. Let's see. Oh, sorry, that's his sheet. I'll use Commander Strike, and I'll tell Wenser to chop at it too.
Okay. So Wenser, go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay. Sneak attack or no?
Sneak attack a tree.
No.
Crits.
Yeah, no, it's an object, not a creature.
Am I adding superiority to this attack?
Yes.
Yep.
Sneak attack a tree, my boy said.
Go ahead and roll damage. All right, and that's a
10.
Okay.
And that's the end of Gladius's turn, because that takes up his bonus action.
So that's like causing someone to attack. That's like Gladius being like, hey, over here. Like, you got an opportunity.
So basically how you want to look at that is he's being a battlefield commander. So he's a master of battle now, and he's like, I attack this, you attack that now, and that's his bonus action, and he can make you attack because he's just commanding the battlefield. He's using you as a piece in the battle.
Got it.
So he's transferring his turn to you, per se. But
his
he only
bonus
gets
action.
Yeah. So now his superiority dice are spent. Yeah.
I think he actually still has one more because when I look at it, it doesn't cost one to do Commander Surge. I charged myself one earlier for Commander Strike, but it doesn't look like it costs one.
Commander Strike costs one. It's a maneuver. So, yeah. If anything, you got an extra. We'll just deal with that. That's fine. Baron is up.
GM, what is the deal with the tree now? Where's the tree at?
Hold on, no. You can only use one maneuver per attack, but you can use...
and then your bonus action, you used one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you used 4.
I've used 2 so far, I thought. 3.
No. You used 2 in the first round, and then you used 1 to attack the tree, and then you used another one, and you gave it to... You're done.
When did I use one? Oh,
you added superiority to your attack against the tree.
But I don't spend it when I give it to Wenser.
Yes, you do. That's...
Really?
I believe so. Yeah. Because you were using the attack, and you got a bonus to the attack. That would have been...
Okay, I thought it was costing my bonus action, but no, I see. No. You have to spend a superiority die.
Yeah. So, all right. So now it's it's not like a bonus to using one each. So when you do the commanding strike, that is a superiority action. All right. So what were you saying, Theron? Where's the tree at?
Yeah. What?
Looking at the tree right now, you can tell that it's in rough shape. I mean, it's pretty shredded. It's in rough shape.
Right. Second question: what is Alchemist Fire?
Alchemist Fire is it's a potion that's just a huge explosion.
Molotov cocktail on
steroids.
Cool. we're trying to not kill these people, correct?
I mean,
Yeah,
No,
probably.
no, you're trying to kill people. Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
what
would
you're doing.
I would say we
Take
want to
take
eliminate the
that.
tree down first and see if
yeah, we
that
wanted to
can.
save these people.
I want to napalm the tree.
Well, if you do that, you're gonna hit the guys around them.
I would
Yeah.
probably command them to step out of the way, maybe.
You
You
can't
can't
see
command that
still.
no one.
No, I can see.
Oh yeah, you're unblinded. Good
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, they can only move on their turns.
Right.
I mean,
That's where things get tricky. It just
so
seems like
so yeah,
that I would
okay,
tell
so
somebody to step out of the way if I
so
was going to napalm a tree.
yeah, so for your first action, you can say, um, you could for a free action, you say, get the hell out of the way, and then you can hold your attack until
Hold my attack until when?
they
We're out of
move.
the way.
So let me see it.
So wait until next turn.
Do you want to make a as a bonus action? I'll say, do you want to make a intelligence check to try to figure out how big the explosion might be?
You could also throw it at the back wall so it doesn't catch them, or you could just straight run up and help us chop it down.
I don't know, man. I feel like he mentioned a vampire steak. I just feel like if we don't like burn this thing to the fucking ground, it's just gonna come back to haunt us.
Actually, no. You wouldn't hit him if you hit the tree with.
Okay. So let
Yeah.
him throw the alchemist fire. That's
Yeah.
All right, 5, 10. Yeah, you can hit it.
I
Yeah,
can
go
hit
ahead.
where I'm at.
Yeah, just make a general dexterity check
Okay, hang on. Let's
for
see.
your aim.
Okay.
I don't want to see the critical failure on this. Gonna hit Windsor in the head or something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You throw it, and it just hits the back wall, and the back wall's now.
All right.
Dude. All right, yeah, because you had to take it out of your pack. Yeah, that'll be your action. All right.
Still got
So-
movement and a bonus action, I think.
Yeah, you got movement and a bonus action.
All right. I guess can I walk forward to the tree then and try to chop it down?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll come forward to the tree and swing at it with a long sword.
Yep, go ahead. All right. So with that, you backhand the tree. All of a sudden, you all hear as it falls back, the trunk breaking as it hits the wall. Now it's sort of a ramp going up the wall, which is on fire, so it's a flaming ramp.
What was that? I heard something.
All right, and that will end your turn.
Why do I feel fire?
Oh wait, weren't we supposed to protect the apples from this tree?
You guys didn't. You guys didn't pick an apple. They're on fire right now.
Oh.
I mean, they said that the goblins would come and plant stuff, right? But then.
Well, no, there was a. He's right. There was a magical apple that can cure all ailments on there, but it's now
That one.
on fire.
Cool, cool.
GM, this is a meta question since I think it's about to be my
Yeah.
turn. But could I ray of frost one of said magic apples and like have a baked magic apple? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, it's literally in this time because your next turn, it wouldn't have even been in the fire for 5 seconds. You could run into the fire and just grab it.
okay, cool. That would take my whole turn, obviously, but I could theoretically expend my turn and.
I would say that would be your movement.
And then
I would say that's a. No, I'd probably say it's a free action to take the apple.
Can I only take one apple?
You would be incurring a opportunity attack from the sorcerer, which I don't know. I don't think that'd be a huge deal.
Can I only take one apple?
There's only one apple on the tree.
Oh. Okay, perfect. Then yeah, since wait a minute, is it Theron? Theron's turn over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so now it's your turn.
then yeah, I am going to sprint up, and as this is about to go down, snatch the apple off the tree.
All right, and we'll just do the quick opportunity attack.
Now,
I mean, are you leaving?
well, that was what I was going to say. That's my movement, right? So I technically have my full action and everything. Now, nothing happens as a result of this tree catching fire to said individuals worshiping the tree.
You don't know.
Talk to her. You're next to her.
It's literally been 1 second. All you know is you ran by, she swung a dagger at you. That's all you know.
Damn it. Party, who's the most damaged?
The tree? Maybe?
No, player-wise, somebody was down to like 7 health, right?
That was Theron, yeah. Our ranger. And then Wentzer's hurt too, but Theron's slowest right now.
So, what are you trying to do here?
Heal. I was pretty sure one of my heals was a... Wait a minute. Oh, ignore that. I was pretty sure one of mine was an AoE.
Hold on. Time out. You ran across. She swung a dagger at you, and then the tree's on fire. You grabbed the apple. What are you doing?
What's I'm looking at really quick? I was pretty sure one of my healing abilities was an AoE.
No.
Prayer of Healing, level 2 spell?
No, I've got Healing Word and Cure Wounds.
Yeah, the only AoE healing spell is Prayer of Healing.
Yeah, those are just touch spells.
Well, Healing Word is actually anybody that he can see.
That's what it is. It's the sight one, but there's no AoE to it. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because Cure Wounds is a touch. Okay, that's what it was. So, do I have any more movement left? Can I keep moving and then?
So you're just going to incur the attack, which already missed. So yeah, you can move wherever the hell you want.
Okay, so I'm gonna move over to Theron then and cast a Cure Wounds touch on him.
Okay. So you were at 7, right? Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to roll to see if it works.
Oh, my bad.
So just roll 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
You only have to roll to hit when you're using it to hurt undead. Oh, wait, it doesn't do anything.
No. Wait. Hold on. No, you get to add your spell ability modifier to that. So that would be 2 because you're
plus 5.
And then what's your charisma?
Oh, 3.
Yeah, so 5. So 7 healing to Theron.
Okay, back up to 14.
You still have a bonus action.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I missed that. So what happened?
I healed you by 7. As a bonus action, can I turn to Sharwin and try to speak with her?
Just real quick, I have to break this story real quick. Now, Kyle, my question is, bonus spells up to 2nd level, right? That's a rule?
Bonus
or is that a feat?
Up to 2nd level?
Yeah, you could take, as a bonus action, you can do up to a 2nd level spell, or is that a feat?
It's usually a meta magic feat or sorcerer specific spell point ability to take spells as a bonus action that aren't normally.
Okay, yeah. Alright, never mind.
Normally you can only cast 1 spell per turn, with the exception being cantrips. So if you cast a bonus action spell, you're typically looking to follow it up with a cantrip or a physical attack.
Okay.
You You can't cast a level 1 bonus action spell and then a level 1 standard action spell. But you can cast a level 1 bonus action spell and a cantrip, which is important because cantrips scale with level.
Okay, yeah. So only bonus action spell. Okay.
There aren't really any bonus action cantrips, otherwise people would spam them.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you can use a cantrip as a bonus action if it has a casting time of 1 action. Okay.
Can I speak with Charwin though? Just like
Yeah.
snap out of it.
Go ahead. She looks at you, and so her skin it looked a gray, rough bark-like. At this point in time, you notice it no longer looks that way, and she's sweating profusely. Just like the worst sweat you've ever seen in your life. It's like dripping off her body.
Alright, so I guess that ends my turn. My turn's over.
Oncer?
I'm back up.
Yep.
I'm still blind. Is that a yes?
Yep. You gotta go get that fixed by a cleric.
Is there any penalties to like moving, or because I haven't moved since I've been blinded?
No, there's no. I mean, you're not good at it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Using my other senses. Alright. Chick annoying me. She blinded me. I'm gonna try to find my way via scent and sound over to the sorceress.
Okay.
She might be okay now. We don't want to kill her.
Oh, yeah, well. You guys will heal her back up.
I don't think either of us can bring her back from the dead.
So, let me check real quick. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you swing, and you don't make purchase. But as you swing at her, she dodges, but she loses balance, and now she's on the ground. Her head right next to the fire. She's
prone, like she passed out or something.
She's on her side, just heaving horribly.
Did I hit her? I don't think I hit her. What? Wait.
Earth, it is your turn.
Let's see. Is the paladin? They're both seizing, or just her?
Well, she's seizing right now. Yeah, she's seizing on the ground, and you don't know about the paladin because he's in such heavy armor. Like you can't really tell what's up with him. Like you see like the bottom of his face, and it is beaded with sweat, and it looks pale, but you can't tell. Like you can't really make out.
I mean, he's in
going on
combat
with
too.
it. Yeah.
All right, then I suppose I'll make her. Wait, are people hurt still?
Just Windsor. Oh, Theron too still.
Alright, I'll toss my channel divinity behind me for you guys for preserve life. And 5 times 3, 15 hit points. Who's injured how much?
Windsor's down by 9.
And
Aaron, how many hit points you got left to get to max?
What did you say?
He's trying to heal us. How many hit
Oh,
points to get you back to full?
I'm just down by 4.
all right, then I can top both of you up and hit myself with the remaining 2, and we're all full.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Boom.
Thank you.
All right. At this point in time, it becomes.
Wait, I've
So
still got
Brad-
a bonus action, and my hammer's gonna hit him.
Okay, go ahead. All right. All right. That's gonna miss. But as it just comes crashing down against the back of his armor. You can tell it did no damage, but as it does, he just stumbles forward and falls on top of you, and he's seizing just like the girl.
Oh shit.
Hello? What's going on? Are they dead?
Quick, somebody heal them.
Wait, I thought we were trying to kill them.
They might be okay now that the tree's down.
The tree's down?
I can definitely heal the guy that collapsed on top of him. Or I can run over and heal the girl.
Well, combat's over.
Okay.
Seeing as they're seizing on the ground.
Can they speak?
Oh, give her the apple, guys. Whoever just picked the apple, you give her the apple, and I'm gonna heal this guy.
I could heal her.
Yeah, but the apple cures any wound, so if my regular healing doesn't work on the paladin, then the apple will work on whatever's killing her.
Touche. I am going to do that.
All right, you try to put the apple into her mouth. She's just seizing on the ground. You're just shoving an apple into her mouth.
I hit him with a healing.
All right.
Does anything happen to the wait a minute? Does anything happen to the paladin once he starts healing him? Since technically I haven't utilized the apple really yet.
No. He stopped seizing. At this point, they both stopped seizing, but they're sweating profusely and they're in a comatose state.
Does anyone know what's going on?
GM, can I give well, yeah. Can I give Wenzer elixir of health?
Yeah.
Here, take this one.
So you uncork the elixir of health, you guide it to his lips, and Wenzer is able to take it and drink it down, and his sight is restored.
I'll try that on her. That's liquid.
Actually, there was only 3, and one of them was tried to be drank at a health potion, so there are none.
That was. Thanks, Elfie. Whoa, we're gonna look around like dead bodies and burning trees and seizing children and be like, what happened?
Can I use an Arcana check to try to see if there's like a magic on her that's like injuring her or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trying lesser restoration on him to end whatever.
Yeah, you stare at it and you go, yeah, that's magic.
Fuck.
What about that book? Maybe that trapped book?
I don't think.
Do you want to try to make a religion check?
Wait a second. Didn't her color spray end when she started seizing?
Yeah, she's no longer looks like a bark.
Let me check.
Oh, is that something that needs a concentration?
No, I think one. No, it's not a concentration spell. Blinded. Yeah, it's a cool spell.
So he healed the paladin, but nothing else changed. He's still like sweating in a coma.
They're in a coma on the floor.
But both should be uninjured, other than being in a coma, correct? Because neither took damage so far, other than the paladin.
They're sweating. They're in a cold sweat. They're in a coma. They're laying on the ground, and the woman's hair is starting to burn because her face is in the fire.
I'm gonna immediately move her away from the fire.
Okay, so
Let's say I pull her back to here.
her hair is singed. You pat out her hair, and you move her away from the fire. And you use lesser restoration on him.
Actually, wait. I'll ask the party. Should I try it on him or her?
Do the girl. I feel like we should focus everything on the girl to get her up.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk over, you cast lesser restoration on. It didn't bring her back.
She's beyond even Thoradin scared.
So I mean, if you want, you can make a religion check to see if you sort of know what's going on.
Or how about, I've actually got a really good medicine.
I would like to roll to assist too.
Somebody aid me.
Okay. Does anyone want to assist?
I just said I would like to roll to assist, but I don't know what to click.
You don't have to roll to assist. He'll get advantage on it. So as you look her over, you know that I mean, you don't understand the properties of what happened, but you know somehow that her life being given to the tree and being directly like servant to the tree and getting, it looked like she had bark skin, like skin of bark, which faded once the tree died. You figure that there's some kind of magical connection here. You don't really know what it is, but looking her over with the medicine check, you know that she is comatose and she is in a cold sweat. She's in a coma.
Okay, party. Quick second. I could put the fire out of the tree. I can just move it, but I mean,
it was still chopped.
If we heal the tree,
the tree is dead. You can't heal.
I've got 3 more cure wounds, and I've got spare the dying, so I can just keep her stable, like as a cantrip. I think I'll hit her with that. Just.
I mean, from your medicine check, you know she's not dying. You just know she's in a coma.
Oh. Okay. So there's no reason to be concerned about either of them. Just.
You don't need to use this. You just know that they're in comas, and.
All right.
From here on out, if you want them out, you're carrying.
Yeah. All right.
Not to knock your egos, my friends, but perhaps we should go see, someone a little more into the healing arts.
Search Bellic.
I was gonna say I think we should search the dead and the tree and see if there's anything we can figure out to try to extract or.
All right, so you search Bellic. Hold on 1 second. The Bellic has a key on him and 3 potions of healing, 2 doses of antitoxin, and a wand of entangle. And then, did you guys want to check the other 2?
Yes.
I mean, they're still alive. It feels wrong to go through the shit.
So, I mean, you look at her stuff. She's just got her ring, her signet ring. So.
I have the brother's signet ring. That matters.
You might also want to think about picking his body up on the way out.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can deter from decipher from the tree or anything?
It's burning. I mean, if the cleric wants to make a religion check, he can do that.
Yes.
I'm gonna pray and ask Thoradin if our work here is done.
Yeah.
I assist.
Yeah. I mean, you pray to Thoradin, and you feel like you clutch your holy symbol, you drop down, you pray. You all can see, like, strangely, like a holy light envelop him, and you get a warm feeling knowing that what you did was good.
God damn it.
Dragon, you've served Thoradin well. And then he points over this way, over here. After you've checked over there for treasure, and you can keep whatever you find, start burning everything.
Oh, we lost you.
We'll clear out of here, and then we'll set everything on fire behind us, so that like none of this evil can spread.
I mean, Ixen is 110% down for that. Is there any treasure to be found?
Yeah, Windsor.
Yes. I mean, person's still alive. So
That's it. But then
you could forego the enchanted sword shatter spike that you guys have been hearing about since the beginning.
The paladin has it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I
Enchanted
suppose...
sword? You say?
Well, yeah, you guys already knew that. Like you knew that Shatter Spike was. They told you in the very beginning that he had a magical sword called Shatter Spike. And,
I think Gladius is gonna like disarm him, like take his weapons and shield, and like if they're an upgrade, use them for the time. But we'll drag him out of here, and if he wants them back, it'd be wrong to take a paladin's weapons.
Hold on.
anyone opposed to Windsor taking the wand off Bellic?
That seems really cool. It's a wand of what?
Entanglement.
Oh. It's good for you, but it's also really good on the Ranger, because he's also got Ensnaring Strike, which, or whatever the hell, the thing is that lets you make an arrow that entangles a bunch of people.
I think that's Ensnaring Strike.
Alright, I'm just, let me just tell you about Shatter Spike. Shatter Spike is a +1 longsword, which, if you hit an object with it, it's an automatic critical hit.
And question, a longsword is a one-handed weapon, correct?
Not a creature, an object. What?
One-handed?
Yeah, it is one-handed.
Oh, so he destroyed Urith's armor.
No. You can't attack worn armor.
Okay.
I looked that up.
So, if nobody's opposed, I would really like to take that sword, since I have the dual wielding for dual swords option.
I mean, the paladin might be pissed. He's sort of one of the people that we're rescuing.
Like you said, he can have it back if he really wants it, and I'm feeling generous. I mean, you did just offer Ixen all found treasure in order to burn her way out. She wants the sword. I mean...
All the treasure she could find back here.
She wants the sword.
Listen, he can carry the sword. If he's going to have to charm his way to keep it, that's on him. Yeah.
I mean, it is probably less damage than Gladius currently has, but I'd make an argument that, again, probably better on the Rogue or the Ranger. Like, a Rogue that can shatter doors is hilarious.
Yeah, but you also have to take into account that with the longsword, it is not a finesse weapon. It is strength-based.
Yeah.
So he can't sneak attack with
I'll
it.
stick with the dex-based weapons.
He could use a short sword, but not a long sword.
Okay, so longswords candidates are... there's 3 of you?
There's Theron, who could use it. But it would be strength-based, so I don't know if he would want it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's Azrael, which... what's your strength at?
My strength's a 15, and with my fighting style, 2-weapon, when I engage in 2-weapon fighting, I add my ability modifier to the damage of the second attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him carry the longsword. Gladius has got all sorts of big weapons and...
Yeah, I mean, he literally just ripped the jaw out of a giant frog and then cleaved it in twain. Like,
it's just, it's versatile, and if you're dual wielding, you're not going to use that property.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
You can use it with 1 or 2 hands. And the D10 damage die is the attractive part of a longsword.
Well,
But we're just
why
kidding.
don't you guys just hold on to it, and you guys can
probably
have
not
this
gonna get it.
discussion over a campfire one night.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
But before
All right.
we head
So
out, who's grabbing Bellic's stuff? Should I just snatch it up for now? And anyone want the potions of healing, the potions of something poison?
all right. So who's carrying?
Well,
Are you guys taking these guys out of here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Bellic on the pyre as well after we've searched him.
Yep. You searched him.
pyre? Question mark.
The burning tree.
Yeah, he can burn down into this fucking tree.
Oh, Bellic. I thought you meant the paladin. I was like, wait a minute.
No, the paladin. I suppose we should tie him up in case there's still tree crazy when they come to.
I mean, I'm gonna have a brief moment of existential chaotic evil and say maybe we should just leave him here and take the girl.
That's
He's
all
a
right.
paladin.
And
They're usually fairly noble beings, and well,
I don't know him.
organizations provide rewards when you rescue one of theirs.
I feel like there's got to be more gold in this if we bring back the big armored guy.
I mean, Ixon's willing to carry the girl, but as far as I'm concerned, he can stay.
I think
But
Gladius
just
can pick him up
remind
with
everyone
like
of my height and be like, I'm not carrying any of them, so.
I'll volunteer to carry the girl if nobody else wants to.
No, Ixon can carry her. She's a large class.
I'll take his armor as Urist and carry that, and
Alright,
I'll have Gladius carry him.
So you guys are putting the paladin on the back of Ixon?
No, I'm putting the girl on the back of Ixon.
We're putting the paladin on the back of Gladius, and I'm taking his armor and shield as Urist.
All right. Make a strength check.
I know she can't carry, or Ixon can't carry the paladin, but the girl should be easy.
Easy enough. Gladius just pretty much performs a high crotch and does a fireman carry, and he has this paladin on his shoulders, and you guys start traunching back through the dungeon. For the sake of brevity, I'm gonna say, yeah, you burnt it down, and as you guys go back, you guys said you wanted to pick up the body of her son. Hold on 1 second. So from the goblin's throne room, you guys pick up the body of, let me get his name here.
Suppose while we're there, we'll tell the goblins and the kobolds on our way back. Bellic is dead. We rule here now. Serve us or die.
Talgan. You pick up Talgan and Sherwin, and you have the paladin. So at this point in time, we can clear the map if we wanted to. And you guys emerge from it. Now you got to figure out a way to get to the bottom of the ravine. You got to figure out a way to get these two unconscious people out of the ravine that you guys are going to have to climb up to get out of.
I could scale the ravine and tie something off up top. We kind of lever them up there, right?
I mean, I have plenty of rope and pythons. I haven't used like many at all, so 13 pythons and 100 feet of rope, I think.
We could use a tent to make a hammock, right?
I mean,
or just tie them up in a bedroll. I've got a couple bedrolls.
I'm gonna make a suggestion. All right, your dragon can fly.
Even with the girl on her back.
At level 3, your dragon can fly with someone on him.
Okay, I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to make that suggestion. Then I mean, yeah, she's out. I mean, I again say leave the paladin, eyeing the sword as I say that.
In that case, then can she fly them up one at a time?
Yep.
She could.
Yeah.
Well, you have the issue that Apple doesn't want to save them.
That's what I'm saying. She could bring the paladin up.
Well, he didn't tell us that. Get her to come down. I don't want to climb. I kind of want to climb, but can you get your dragon to come down?
I mean, she has an interest in things. Haven't given her much gold lately. She is a red dragon. As I'm scaling the wall up.
Actually, yeah, but there's the library. She just got her half.
I wasn't here for that, so I don't know what she got.
Yeah, we did. We paid her like 200 gold.
Yeah, so she did get a lot of.
With some
Oh, did
reluctance.
you pick up that book? Was that book still trapped once he was dead and burned?
Yeah. You guys left it down there, unless you guys want to say that you backtrack and you picked it up. Then I can.
We own it now. We can come back here when we've got Dispel Magic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. How do I add gold? Wait a minute.
All right. So what are you guys doing? You fly the girl up. You put her on the top by the side of the ravine.
All right. Windsor would like to take the rope up himself.
All right.
The top.
It's easy enough. You guys can climb it.
Is Ixon at the top?
She is. With some reluctance, she'll glide her way back down.
And I will assist him.
All right. So you can't pick up. You tried picking up the. Paladin. You can't pick it up to put it onto the dragon.
Oh, I'm not talking about on the dragon. I was talking about me and Gladius carrying him up along the ropes that got put down.
Oh, yeah.
We could use some assistance.
Well, you guys weren't able to get up with him, but the dragon did come back down, so you guys can put him on the dragon.
Nice.
So the dragon flies back up the 50 feet that it needs to go to get to the top of the ravine, and shakes off the paladin because the dragon didn't want to save the paladin. So then, you guys climbed up the rope, and you get to the top of the rope, and now, do you guys want to return to town?
Yeah, we should probably return to town. Go see the shopkeeper.
Went to the bat.
All right. So as you
Ixon picking back up the girl. Sorry.
All right. So about a few hours. When you got out, you didn't really know what time it was. The ranger looked at the sun and was able to say it was about 10. So you guys took about 3 hours getting out of the dungeon after you woke up. So you guys walked to town. I want to say it's about 1 o'clock. As you walk to the town, you see it completely decorated for the Midsummer Festival. The mayor is in the center of town. He's pointing at things, telling people to keep decorating a certain way. They're just making the finishing touches. You can see that the town is a bit more populated than you've ever seen it. As all of the surrounding farmers and the surrounding area, they all came in to enjoy the summer's festival. As you guys walk in with who's carrying what?
Ixon is carrying the girl. That is a planned thing.
Okay.
I think Curtis is carrying the dead body, and Gladius is carrying the live paladin.
Well, we have the brother too. Someone's got to carry the brother.
Yeah, I've got the dead body, Urus.
All right. So as you guys come in, the mayor looks over, and he sees a red dragon strolling into town. At this point, it's big. It's gotten bigger. It's about 8 feet long. It's a pretty big. Uh, it's almost an adolescent dragon at this point. Um, it's strolling into town. He screams like a girl, seeing the dragon. Um, and then he sees the rest of you coming up. You look like you stink. You look like you smell. You look like you're covered in.
Yeah. Windsor's gonna go running out to
Probably
him.
smell like a campfire.
Yeah, you look disgusting, and as you can tell, this place is immaculately decorated. He's being quite a. You see him pointing and trying to decorate harder. He sprints over to you guys. It's like whoa, 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 and when he says this, he keeps his distance about 50 feet. He's terrified of this. Everyone in the town center is terrified. This is a red dragon. They know them to be the most greedy, the most selfish, the most dangerous of all the dragons. They are they're hiding. They're hiding behind anything they can hide behind. The stage, the tables. They're really scared. Um, he says, "Halt! What are you guys?"
I'm
doing?
gonna cut the mayor off pretty evidently here, and walk up in front of my dragon with my dragon trailing behind me, and kind of casually explain to him like
he points at you and he says, "Listen, this is the biggest tourist attraction our town has."
You're right, and wouldn't they like to see the return of a rider, especially with the rider having a red dragon in tow?
No, we would not. You are going to scare off all of our commerce, all of our guests. If I thank you for what you've done, but if you would kindly have your dragon stay in a cave somewhere, I cannot have this dragon in my town. At this time, about 4 guards come up behind the mayor.
I'm gonna take a deep breath and resist the urge to absolutely ignite all of them in flame, and I turn to Ixen, nod to her, motioning for her to set the girl down.
At this time, Ixen wants to kill them. Ixen feels that he's being insulted. He feels that he feels that he's being treated poorly, and the reason that this is happening is because of the fact that you marched him into town, and now he feels slighted that these lesser beings are telling him to leave.
I'm gonna persuade her to
make an animal handling check.
I shouldn't have to because she would
make an animal handling check. Yeah.
When's her close to the mayor?
I'm aiding by casting Sanctuary on it and patting it to calm down.
Does anyone else want to try to aid in this animal handling so that he can have advantage on this?
I'm aiding.
Yeah.
All right. So Theron comes over. He feels like he has enough bond with you and the dragon to sort of aid in this endeavor. He puts his hand like on the back of the dragon and is just, it's enough that the dragon feels like it's part of something bigger and stronger, and it's able to calm it down enough. Now you can talk to your dragon. So go ahead and speak to your dragon, Azra.
Not to contradict the GM, but as a soulbound dragon rider, my companion has to obey all commands as best as it can unless I'm unconscious.
That is not true. your dragon has a mind of its own. It is chaotic evil, and you have to. You're yes, you are a dragon rider. You did raise this thing, but it's adolescent. It's able to have thoughts of its own. It's just because you're soulbound doesn't mean that it listens to everything you says. It's a human. Well, it's not a human. It's a living being who has thoughts of its own.
I don't disagree, but it does legit, like, word for word specify your companion must obey your commands as best as it can. It rolls for initiative. You determine actions, decisions, and attitudes, and so on, unless incapacitated.
Okay, and I'm telling you that by going into this situation and doing this, you have put it in a situation where it feels slighted by these people who are it feels are lesser than. And I feel, and as the GM, if you don't like it, you can re-roll a new character.
Oh snap! Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it's a little harsh. I'm just trying to quote
No,
the character you made, but
no, what I'm telling you is that by putting it into this situation, when you make an action, there are consequences for the action. And this is one of the consequences of marching the dragon into town. Like I understand that on any situation it would normally listen to you. If you said before you went into town, you said, "Listen, I want you to go on the outskirts of town and go go hide," it would do that. But when you walk it into a town and four people take a intimidating stance against your dragon, when it feels those beings are lesser than it, yes, it's going to get upset.
okay, it's fine. I'll just play my character a little differently from now on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of having a dragon that's scary.
No,
I mean, people that go and
that's
have
fine.
adverse reactions.
Like I said, I was just quoting exactly the character sheet you put in for me, but I'll play my character a little differently. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's just in social interactions, it's differently than you telling it a command. 100%, it will always listen to you on where to go in battle and what to do in battle and everything else. But in a social situation where it's being threatened by lesser beings, it's going to have its own feelings about that.
No problem, man. Whatever you say. So at this point, regardless, she should be open to whatever I'm talking her to do.
Yes. Now you can give it what.
Sure, I'd like for her to gently bring the woman down, hand her into my arms, and then go take a flight. Go find some food. She hasn't fed in a while.
All right. So as you say that, the dragon it bows down, lowering its head down before your feet, and you gently moves forward so that you can take the girl. So you're taking the girl.
Yep.
With this, your dragon takes flight and goes and flies off into the woodline to go find some food.
So, yeah, how about that party? Anyone want to continue partying? Do we see the shopkeep? Is the shopkeep anywhere? She's still on the wall.
The shopkeeper is inside of the shop because she needs to keep the shop open as there are visitors and there's guests from the surrounding area. So as the dragon flies away, the people of the town they can see that obviously this person somehow they don't understand how controls a dragon. They've never seen anything like it. Most of them have never seen a dragon. So they're utterly amazed and they start tentatively coming out behind, all of the the stage and the stuff. And you guys want to go head towards the shop?
Well, we should bring the bodies to whoever we need to bring them to, right?
Yeah, well, it's her daughter and son. So I have the signet ring of the son, and we have the body, and the daughter's in the coma.
So at this point, the mayor, he apologizes. He apologizes to Azrael. Sincerely, he goes to you. He says, I'm very sorry that I do not mean to offend you. I know that that was incredibly. However, I need to do what's best for the town as mayor, and I cannot have a dragon, which is potentially extremely dangerous.
At that point, Az puts his hands up to the mayor and just nods and kind of quietly walks past the mayor, heading into town towards the shop.
And he understands that. Like him. All right, so you guys start heading towards the shop. With the best of his ability, the mayor, you see him use 2 fingers and raise them up, and he sort of creates a caravan of guards around you so that no one dead in the.
I'm wrapping the kid up in a blanket.
Yeah, I have the signet ring of the one that's perished.
Yeah. So you have about 8 to 10 guards all surrounding you with shields, just making a caravan for respect of the dead.
I don't remember the shopkeep's name. Anyone remember her
Now,
name?
should we bring them directly to the shopkeep, or is there a healer in town? We should bring the ones that are
Well,
he tells you. The mayor says, we've already sent word to the captain of the guard. He's gonna go get Corky clerk that you met earlier in this, and he is going to come to the shop, check out what he can do.
Why don't we just gently lay them out in front of the shop and go talk to the lady?
Okay, so you're gonna lay them in front of the shop, or you're gonna bring?
I mean, I'm gonna bring the girl inside because she's alive.
I'll start after asking the mother what the religion is. I'll start doing their funeral rites for them.
Okay.
Who's coming in the shop with me? Because Wenser's got the ring.
Oh, I mean, only one guy is dead, though, right?
Well, most of their party, the ranger's dead. We brought it back to Sun.
So Az brings the girl inside, and they draw the blinds on the front window of the store, and he lays her down. There's a little area in front of the window. He lays her down in front of the window, and she's still alive. Az knows well to know that she was still breathing in her arms. She's just sweating, and you don't really know what's wrong with her.
Well, we found them. Not always in the condition that they started in, though. I'm gonna take out the signet ring and hand it off to the shopkeep.
So is the dead son on the inside, or did you leave him out?
No,
I'm outside with him. He's covered with a blanket.
So, you give her the signet ring, and she asks you, "What do you mean by not in the condition? What do you mean?"
Your son, well, he fell. He fell in battle. He was a hero from what I hear, but he fell.
She's stuck a little, but she's trying to hold it together because she knows that her daughter is there and she's not in great condition, but her son is dead outside, and she has the ring, and it's just she looks at you and she says, "Can someone resurrect him? Can he be brought back?"
That is beyond my expertise, but we have Corky coming and a very talented servant of Thoradin outside tending to your son.
Okay. So,
remember, you asked us to do this.
So, at this point, she says, I promised you a reward.
You did.
So, for since you brought back the body of my son, I will give you the reward for bringing back the character in good shape. It's wow. She hands you 500 gold, and she yeah. So she hands you the 500 gold, and
Okay, well, I hopefully the cleric is successful, and
at this point, the cleric walks up to Urist, and he looks at the body, and he asks like an assessment of the boy. How far gone is he? How long has he been deceased?
Oh, few days at least. Preserve the corpse as best I could. Gentle repose. Fortunately, I don't think a revivify will cut it.
I can't
I
hear
need to get him to a temple in the big city.
breaking up.
I don't think a revivify will cut it. We might need to get him to a temple in the big city. Hello.
uh-oh, what happened?
I think it's Giz that's breaking up, not Kyle.
Oh,
We
could
lost.
you guys hear me?
Yeah,
We
I
can
heard
hear
you
you.
just fine.
See, there he is.
G.
Teddy! Ta-da! All this emotional talk just sent him into a tizzy. Had to take a little break.
Yes? Typing. Typing will get to him.
Nope. Maybe he jumped into the fairy tale. Maybe he was having trouble.
No?
Weird. Well, you guys, maybe we just type in the chat if he comes back that you guys want to take like a 5-minute bathroom break or whatever.
Yeah, we'll take a few minutes.
Hey,
Hey.
all right. I'm gonna read real quick.
Okay.
So, all right. At this point, he asks you say this at the front of MP. At this point, he asks you how.
Hang on. Everyone's taking like 5 minutes right now, because you're gone for a minute.
All away.
So if you want to reboot real quick, take a minute. Yeah. How was your nap? Mhm.
Oh, Giz, you make it back there?
Yeah, he's rebooting his computer.
Yeah, I'm rebooting real quick.
Oh.
Before we continue, by the way, guys, we got nonstop links, nonstop messages in Discord, DMs, everything. We didn't check it yet. You guys kind of want to go into.
You see her.
Oh, Brad.
She's been sitting like that, I think, for like the last hour.
Is she sitting? Or is she behind you?
She's behind me.
Oh, wow.
So.
Oh, she's a sweetie.
Just been laying with her head on my lap. Yeah, good girl.
We got you so good. We got you so good.
Master baiters. Get it?
Yep.
Alright, my computer's coming up. I'm gonna be right back.
Right, you can do it. Are you typing, Pat? Is that what's happening?
I'm doing nothing. I'm watching nothing the TV.
Oh, I just heard like a tapping from your mic, and so I wasn't sure if like it was the iPad. You were like typing.
I'm just scrolling through my Fandango app. I'm watching The Hobbit. Always watching The Hobbit.
Maybe you should have played that halfling then. Really channel the Hobbit. Or at least one of all the dwarves, right?
Yeah.
Alright, is everyone back?
Maybe.
I think Azrael's still out.
No, I'm here.
I'm back.
Okay, then we're all here.
Alright. So as I wanted to clarify, in those situations, your dragon would follow you to the ends of the earth. There's no doubt that he wouldn't listen to you. The problem is that he's vain and he won't have anyone speak to him the way that people were speaking to him. It had nothing to do with you, as it was he wanted to feel like his back was had. You know what I mean? Like He's with a new group of people. You've been a loner. You've been a loner your whole life. You know.
Suggestion.
Yeah.
To use the soul bond to force his obedience in this kind of matter would have made your dragon absolutely hate you for like a month.
Yeah, you've never really imposed your will upon your dragon. You've always been a team. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where do you want a partner or do you want a subdued dragon? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where everything has to have a reaction, and the way that he was being treated, you know, and you know when the, you know, when the guards rolled up, like it was just a bad situation that, you know, it's a learning experience that, hey, you know, like maybe in the future, you know, like you're, you know, moving forward, you know, it was your first attempt at trying it. You know what I mean? You've never walked your dragon into a town ever. You know what I mean? So you've always been a recluse. Your dragon will follow you to the ends of the world. Listen to anything you have to say. Always listen to you. But it was just given the situation that you know, like it's sort of like with the goblins when we had that conversation. It's that vanity that gets in the way of like, why should I not kill everyone?
Well, I think the question really comes down to it, do we ignore the chaotic evil because of the soul bond, or do we ignore the soul bond because of the chaotic evil personality?
Now you can always subdue. You have the option to override your dragon, given a situation. But it will like it's the matter of you're a dragon rider, you're a new dragon rider, your level, you know, this is your first adventure together, and it understands that you are the person that raised it and took care of it, but it also has its own feelings and emotions, and you know how the dragon feels. It feels that everyone besides you is a lesser being. You know, like it treats you like its mother in a way. You
Well,
know?
honestly, I'm really not that worried about it. I was really
Yeah.
asking because the
Yeah.
exact definition for soul bond says that I
Yeah.
determine its action, attitude, and decisions. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
If we want to play it differently, I'm really not worried about it. You know,
All
you're
right.
the one making the game. I was asking
Yeah.
because literally that is the word for word quote
Yeah.
of the
And
character you
no,
gave me.
yes, yes. And I said in the beginning that there would be those side conversations where your dragon would be a character in which you have to interact with. So that was one of those times. So I mean,
Yeah,
so
no, not a big
as
deal.
long as we got it. All right. So at this point, Corky walks over to Earth and says, yeah, Corky. It's
On cleric.
the cleric is Dem Corky Nagel. Everyone just calls the cleric Corky. Corky walks over to Earth and says, "How long has the boy been dead?"
A little bit. Not sure exactly how long, but at least several days.
So the the cleric says, "Would it be behoove us to try, I don't know, a resurrection? I mean, not revivify, obviously, but like a true resurrection. You know how expensive it is. It's $1,000 in diamonds. It's a very expensive process.
The
And
question is, did the boy even want to still live?
you have a point. Is it Peller's will that this boy is dead?
Wench is gonna walk outside with the bag of gold, kind of tossing it up and down. She asked if he could resurrect him.
Um,
He died a noble death. Are we to deprive him of his eternal reward simply because his mother wishes it? We should contact his spirit first.
all right. Do you
Yes,
have?
very good.
I'll say Corky has it.
Nice.
So, Corky, he before he does it, he says, "I hate to do this to you guys, but it will be a small donation to the church for my services."
Tell you what, I'll trade you a casting of any spell that you don't have.
Oh. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's good enough barter. He casts Speak Undead. As you guys see, you see a ghostly figure rise out of the boy and begin to sit up, and you can ask it 3 questions.
Do you wish to return to this plane?
At what cost?
1,000 gold and some time.
I was not willing to sell my soul to a tree. And I will not sell my soul to a tree now.
It's not a tree. No, it's your mom would probably pay for it.
My mother cannot afford 1,000 gold. But at best in her savings, she has 250 gold.
Answer my question, Spirit. Do ye wish to return to this plane? No slavery included.
Of course.
I was unaware if you were happy in paradise, enjoying an eternal reward. Next question. Do you have a message for your mother? I'll get her. Hold on. Goes and gets the ball.
All right.
Here's your son. You got one more question after.
All right. So, what should the mother ask? You guys can determine that.
Probably just like, are you okay? Are you in hell?
Yeah. My boy, are you all right?
He looks at her and says, "It's peaceful. You know, the cleric's right. I died a noble death. I don't need you bankrupting you and the store and selling our land to revive me. Maybe it's best that we let this go." And he says, "I love you" to his mom, and you see the ghost fall back into the body, and is just
body wrapped in a bag.
yep. So now,
there's one thing I can offer. Since he died a noble death in battle, and he does want to come back, we could bring him to a temple in the larger cities of one of the battle gods and petition for his resurrection, and they might soak the cost if his deed was noble enough. And
Corky looks at you and he goes, "I don't know how trained you are as a cleric, but that would be a true resurrection by the time you get to a major city. You're looking at 10,000 gold and diamonds."
Yeah, we can't do that.
So wait, do we as a party have about 1,000 gold worth of shit?
Well, yeah. Wenser has now that she handed him. Yeah, now that she just handed him 500 gold for the ring, I'm up to. Hang on. That would put me at 882 gold.
Okay, so somebody else has to have like gems or some shit that we could get.
Well, the mother has savings of 250 gold.
Oh.
The dragon did have 236 gold, but since we've sent her away...
That's true. The dragon's counting her gold in the cave right now.
The kid doesn't want to come back, though.
No, he does.
He does.
He did say that he didn't want to bankrupt her. Wenser doesn't want to bankrupt himself.
Wenser has some serious dudes coming after him.
Maybe Wenser should... I think he might go try to find a path. Like,
well,
this was mission accomplished here.
I think that Earth made his case. I think that what was said, and I think the party should probably vote on it at this point.
We could afford to resurrect him. but that means spending our entire quest reward on it. GM, if we did something like this, could it be converted directly into experience for completing the quest perfectly?
Yeah, it will definitely be taken into account. Yeah.
So guys, there's the question. Do we want gold for gold's sake, or do we want to turn it into XP and other rewards?
Well, my character.
I vote EXP just because I think, frankly, we're powerful enough to be able to take down whoever's coming after this thief as long as he sticks with us. And we'll earn more gold as we keep going.
Yeah,
You might want to ask Wenser if you guys.
That's the thing too. Wenser, are you the sort of man who can be convinced that reputation is worth infinitely more than coin in hand? You'd be a hero.
How about
To a merchant family.
How about we bet on it?
A toss of the hammer.
No. Wencer's gonna pull out his dice set.
Your dice, huh?
Oh, well, I suppose. I mean,
Somebody check the weight on the dice. Can we do a?
He's gonna hold that. He's gonna hold.
Do a perception check on the dice.
I'll do a perception check on the dice. Hang on. My keen eye says no. That's not what I would do. No.
Give me a hand with it.
Yeah. All right. So you assist. It's the both of you look at it. The dice seem legit. He just seems like a gambling man. Can't turn down an opportunity to.
All right, what's the game?
I mean, the mayor is.
No offense,
the cleric's seen worse, and the mayor is absolutely disgusted. You guys are playing dice over a dead body. But so go ahead and.
Style, though.
It's not over a dead body. It's over 1,000.
I'm gonna turn and look at the cleric, at the mayor. You know, you did mention an apology before. Certainly, you as a mayor have enough to be able to bring this boy back to life. You know, you'd be a hero right before a big celebration.
Make a persuasion check.
Already done.
Yeah, that's a compelling argument. Oh.
Fuck me.
He looks at you and he goes, that's a good try, but we're not emptying the town's coffer over someone who said that he died a noble death and he'd be fine.
I would like to roll an intimidation that, you're really pushing the buttons of a new Dragon Rider right now.
All right, go ahead and roll intimidation.
Please, for the love of God.
No, he's sort of
a dragon, huh?
Yeah, he looks at you and he goes. The town can donate 250 gold. That's the best we can do. And I'm saying this in all sincerity. That's the best we could do. Have you seen this town? It's desolate. We're along an old ravine. We're a bunch of farmers.
You just spent all your money on the celebration.
Who's the one, by the way, that's supposed to be rezzing this person?
It'd be Corky.
Why would it have to cost 1,000 gold? Could we persuade him to?
Because he's literally only charging you the material components that it would cost him to replace the diamonds to resurrect this boy. So when he does the ceremony, he has to place an offering to Pelor into a gold disc. He's going to place the diamonds, he's going to light incense, and it's literally going to dissolve in the course of resurrecting this child.
So anyone want the winds of fate?
So is it the equivalent of 1,000 gold pieces?
No, he's literally going to go back to the church and get 1,000 golden diamonds out of his coffers.
Oh, okay. So it literally has to be like a cost of 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it's a material component. Yeah.
All right, I'll take him, and I bless myself first.
Okay.
Wait. So what do we
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are rolling on it. If you guys get the 850, we've got it.
Yeah, that's the GM. I don't know what like the dice game Wenser's into. Like I didn't kind of work that out.
Just do a competitive roll 1d20 each.
Okay.
Is this like CeeLo?
Oh, Wenser beats you in dice, and
Of course.
Lady Fate is on my side. Hey, Dwarfy, how about you throw in 100 more and we roll again? And I keep the 100.
Well, I've no money, but I will make you a bet. I'll serve you for a year and a day. Personally.
All right, I'll
Your
take that.
cleric.
That sounds nice. I'm
If
sure
I
could
lose.
use-
But if I win, you drop 750 towards this young man's resurrection.
Oh,
And you don't whine about it.
it's only 500 at this point.
I can't guarantee the wine,
500.
but I'll give you the money.
Well, no, 750 because then the mother wouldn't have to pay anything.
All right.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
bet now,
750. The mom won't
the
have to
bet-
pay anything.
the bet now is slavery for Ernst to
For a year and a
Wenser,
day.
and Wenser lose 500 gold.
750 because the mom won't pay anything.
Hand over it. Big,
No. Oh, you're not gonna make the mom pay?
Yeah, we're trying not to make the mom pay a dime.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. So 750.
Okay. All right.
Roll
fuck.
Oh, I add my bless.
Does the bless like the wind like knocks it over? What happens now?
I mean, I'd say you won. Like,
No, roll. You have to roll again, Windsor.
no, he doesn't get to roll again. The bless was a 1d4 add-on, so he has an 8 realistically. Like the die, wind hit, the die rolled, and the 8 popped. Like,
Thorin's blessing just kind of like it landed on that 4. Both like and it was like doop, drops to the side. Did we lose Giz? Giz?
sounds like it. Damn though, what a dice roll. I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, they both rolled 4s.
May the fours be with us.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm sorry you lost 750 gold. I was kind of looking forward to the dynamic of a dwarf that has to work for a halfling.
Oh, I don't mind. Now, see, he doesn't mind giving it up now, as long as he won. No, it was an honest loss.
I mean, honest. Like.
The funny part is I accused you of loading the dice.
That's right. Jordan's up there like moving the numbers.
Oh man.
Since it happened afterwards, it probably was like your die that was like 4, 4, 4, 3.
No. Yeah, that's right. It wouldn't have been yours, but mine would have fallen back to a 3.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Well,
Okay, you want to explain it?
Owls.
we both rolled the dice, and my die landed on a 4, and then his die was like spinning, about to settle onto a 4, and it went to a 3 because of the bless spell going off.
Okay. All right. So.
The cleric cheated. He fucking cheated. Loaded the die.
Well, no one said he couldn't use Thorin's blessing.
Yep.
All right. So at this point, you guys are going to hand over 750 gold to Corky.
Yeah, Wenser's just gonna close his eyes and just like start taking like little satchels of gold. Like, oh, here, take it.
So
We'll make more.
So
Noble thing.
Corky looks at you and says, "Listen. I thank you. I will take this gold and I'll run back and get the components, and if you could just bring the child into the back room of the store. I'll be back in a moment.
Aye.
So as she runs back, you see her come back with a little offering dish and incense and the diamonds. And Ernest, you've seen this before, but for everyone else, you go into the back room and you see the cleric just grasp the holy symbol, squeezing it as tight as it can. A magnificent glow, like staring into the sun. All of a sudden, the cleric is, you could tell the connection's so intense, and the cleric's glowing like the sun, and the room turns dark, and all you see is holy light emanating in the room. And in this moment, it's a supernatural darkness, and all you see is this light, and the room, it begins to almost spin for you guys, and all you see in the center of the room is the cleric holding the symbol. And as the cleric reaches out and touches the chest of the child, you hear a gasp, just this huge gasp, and the room returns to normal, and the child is alive.
Well, he's like a man, but her child, right?
Yeah, her child. He is a man in your eyes, but to Ernest and Corky, who have lived many years, it's still a child. And so there you go.
Well,
The mother is
bring back.
sobbing at this point, just on the ground, praising Pelor, and she slides the ring on his finger and says, "Are you done with this adventuring nonsense?" And he swears it off for good. He's he's going to sign up tomorrow to be part of the guard, you guys figure, and that will be the end of that ritual. The mayor is shocked. He's a little turned off to you guys, but he got to witness a miracle today. So he then looks at you guys and he asks, "What happened down there?"
Well, basically, an evil druid who had been kicked out by other druids found an evil tree that was made from a vampire steak. And the apples were made from feeding people to it, but it also enslaved people. The paladin and the girl were enslaved. We killed the evil druid, we killed his frog. We killed a bunch of kobolds and a bunch of goblins, released a white dragon who shouldn't want to harm any normal people because it hates the kobolds and the goblins. Cleared out that entire dungeon of all threats, and brought safety to your village. That about sum it up, guys?
That seems about right.
At this point, the mayor turns to you and says, "So you're telling us that all the seeds that these people have planted, these saplings that have been growing on the outskirts of town, we should cut them down immediately and burn them?"
If not sooner, and if you've let any of the apples out into the world or sold them, you're gonna have to contract rangers or druids or, like, nature magic people to go burn all those fucking trees down too.
You realize that our actions have set loose several of these abominations upon the world? Who knows what these twisted plants are doing now?
Probably evil.
I'm gonna comment, enjoy having that on your conscience, and you were worried about a dragon rider. Turns and strolls out of the shop towards the inn.
You really were incredibly rude towards that dragon. She did nothing but help and kill goblins and protect the people of this town. Walks
I think
away.
you could make it up to us by buying us a room in the inn and a couple of beers, right?
You got it. Just, yeah. Well, hold on 1 second. I have to collect my thoughts. I just released an evil onto the world. Just
We won't pay for your resurrection if you kill yourself.
Damn.
Just tell Garen that send me the bill for your
Exercise. Light up.
just
do.
tell him to send me the bill. And he can't even live with himself right now. He just walks away and goes back to the best of his abilities, trying to keep a happy face and direct everyone, but knowing deep down that
What's in the mood for a festival tomorrow?
Prince is gonna head to the inn for a drink and a bath.
All right. As Wenser enters into the pub, is anyone going with him?
I'm there.
All right.
Thornton told me I was done, so it's drinking time.
All right. So all of you enter into the pub, and you all sit down and you order a round of drinks. And Garen gleefully runs over to you and he goes, "You must tell me the tale. Did you find the children?"
Yep.
Amazing. Heroes are the best kind. What do you call yourselves?
Alive.
No, the name of your adventuring party. What is your name?
Fate's hammer. Yeah. Yeah.
Nay.
No?
Be nice to give the credit to Thornton. But unfortunately, I didn't think without the red mist we would have been able to keep that white one in check. I think if we name ourselves after her, the reputation that we build should soften hers.
Oh, interesting idea.
Side note, whatever happened to that paladin? The paladin and the chick, actually, who've just gone. Like,
inside the shop, they're both there comatose being tended to by Corky.
Yeah.
I guess side question to the GM about the apple. Can I do anything with the apple to give it to Corky to bring the girl back, or?
No.
Cures all. Well, yeah, but she didn't eat it, so I still have it.
This is the one item that cures all status ailments. I mean, this one is like Corky will explain everything later, but right now Corky has to tend to them.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just gonna sit idly by and I'm gonna pick up my drink and actually take it up to my room to quickly rinse before I go back to my dragon, because I want to leave her alone out in the wild.
As you walk, start heading upstairs, you see two people walking over. One a half orc, and another one. They walk over to your table, and they look directly at Wenser. And yes, and hold on one second.
Blood drains from face.
Yes, it does. So.
Oh, Hackram! Funny seeing you here.
He looks at you and they go, "Oi there, Wenser, nice seeing ya. Listen, the Prince Prig liked to see you play dress up and have tea with the pigs. However, we were doing some flag waving ourselves. We hooked up with the Jourdain, who were so cross they cried beef on the old dibber dabber. Needless to say, he gets boned. They're now calling a crow's call. Don't be a milch and try to shram a bram. We will reach out with more information about the Stophole Abbey. We know you're a fine napper of naps. Don't let us down there, all right, Wency?" And they slam the table, and they leave gold for you guys to drink on. And they walk out of the bar, and they're gone.
Yeah, so, who were those guys? Where were these fellas, okay, so there's this crew, I would say, I used to, dabble in a couple of unsavory tasks with. They tend to run a lot of things. They dabble in a little smugglery, thievery, banditry. But well, there was a time that, now that I kind of owe them a lot of gold, and I just gave away all my gold.
Ooh, how about Order of the Crimson Wings?
Order of the Crimson Wings.
That works.
That's the band name.
Hair metal band.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Did I
Wait, wings or wing?
Order of the Crimson Wing is more like a death metal band. So yeah, that.
Crimson Wing? It's a singular wing.
Who's that? Exton Kittrell, the Crimson Wings. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, I would say wings over wing.
I mean, obviously, like he was speaking in code, right? Because
that's your level 1 ability, Thief's Camp. They were talking in camp to you. So no one else knows what they said, but I sent you what they said.
Oh, you did? I didn't see it. Hang on.
Look at your chat.
How the hell do I go to that chat with you?
I whispered. Hold on. I'll whisper it again. Do you see it in chat?
I'm in the D&D 5e chat. So then how do I...
Just a chat, like where we roll dice.
Oh, you're in
Roll20.
Oh, Roll20. I thought you were doing it in Discord, sorry.
Yeah, no.
No, he can whisper you in Roll20, so like we can't see anything that gets sent.
Okay, bear with me 1 second. So, those fellas, they came to let me know that,
Yes.
It seems that they linked up with another group, and, well, the fella that's running this whole thing, seems to got himself thrown in jail, and now they want me to come and meet them to do something about it.
Now you know that they don't. These are the people that you were doing the job for. Yeah, so you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you mentioned like the other group, I wasn't sure if that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we get him out, is your debt settled?
That's the $1 million, the million golder question right there, my friend. I do not know. They will either say I am free to go, but more likely probably slit my throat and bury me under the ground. These are not nice people. This is the Black Cross. You don't want to say it too loudly, because you never know who's listening.
I see. So what you're saying is, my good friend Wenser needs help with something, and I'm not currently at third and beck and call for any particular task.
Well,
this sounds like an opportunity for glory you're pitching.
So I sent you a chat, Wenser.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't quite know if they want him out, but it seems like someone new is in charge, and they still want me to be around. So it wouldn't hurt to have a little company. Looks around. I'll hopefully make it worth your while.
Oh, I couldn't turn down a favor to someone who just did such a noble deed.
I don't. But fate did put you on the winning side. But to entice things a little bit to each of you, these are a highly powerful, dangerous, but also very wealthy organization. They do a lot of weapon smuggling, if that matters to anyone.
As this is going on, Corky walks in and pulls on Earth's sleeve and asks if he can speak to him outside.
I'll nod and go with him.
All right. So you guys can continue your conversation. Then we'll go to see what's going on there.
Anyone? Dragon Man? Muffy?
I've been standing in the doorway, kind of listening.
I figured you were gonna stop when you saw two big dudes.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I was like, fireball at the ready, fam. What's good? Like, I haven't used my breath weapon today. Fuck these people.
Alright, so Theron, you were saying you wanted to know more about what?
What was the name of the organization again?
The Black Cross. Don't say it too loud. Don't say it too loud. You know, you could go the black, like the. You never know.
Gladius will perk up at the mention of weapons smuggling.
Yeah, big man, you like the weapons. We used to move all kinds of stuff. It was very shiny, very pointy. You never know what they got in those storehouses. We just got to get ourselves in. You know, actually, you all might benefit from this. This might be that connection you need. You know, that get in good with these guys, and you never know. Might find that avenue to really move up in the world here.
Might also turn out that we can kill them so you don't have to pay them.
Well, that would work.
That's what I was.
Oh wait, sorry, he's not there.
I'll tell you what.
Might also turn out that we could kill him so you don't have to pay him.
That would work too.
Alright, so quick intermission. Corky, he pulls you aside and he says discreetly to you, he says, listen, I don't need to use your spell, but there's a patron of my church, and she's been afflicted, she's been very bothered by some happenings. If you could speak to her and maybe try to see if you could help her out, that would be payment in turn, if you would allow it. I mean, I've done quite a lot today, and I was just hoping you could hear her out, because I'm not a battle cleric, I'm not a war cleric, I
Say no more. You've done more than enough by not charging us for the resurrection. I'll help her out, and I still owe you the spell. Fair is fair, brother.
Thank you. And she comes up and she pats your back, and well, she pats the back of your leg. She's a gnome, and she says thank you, and wanders back to take care of the two sick children.
All right. So I'll go back in.
All right.
Meanwhile, I was just telling the thief. I'll tell you what, thief. I'll help you out, but we'll take that sword. You can count us in, but the paladin must have just lost his gear down there. Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, what gear? I didn't see any gear down there. Yeah. Wink.
I was gonna say, because I think it is you carrying the sword, but regardless.
Is there any objections from the party?
I mean, when the paladin awakens, if he awakens, he's gonna wonder where his sword.
You don't want to steal the weapon of a champion of a god.
Doesn't sound like he's gonna be waking up though, does it? I think he
Even then, you return it to the church. You don't want to get cursed.
Cough, chaotic evil, cough.
I mean, I'm lawful neutral too. I'm gonna have to be up your ass about stealing.
Ah, god damn it.
Well, he's not in the room when we had that conversation. He's
That's a that's
Well,
a
what
very
doesn't
fair
happen when I
point.
see you using it? I'm the one who got hit with that thing.
I mean,
Alright.
I'm just borrowing
You know, it'll
it.
be a casual banter during combat. Be like, oh,
So
I do want some love from him.
at this point, do you guys want to retire and enjoy the festivities tomorrow?
yeah, that's
Yeah, it sounds alright. I gotta log off anyway, so.
I'll go find
Alright.
out what that side quest is. Can you broad stroke it?
Which side quest? Oh yeah. So basically, the side quest is this woman. Her family lives in
We
a
got like a
very
minute and we're gonna
religious
go outside.
town. They're like religious zealots
What?
in the town. Basically, what
Oh,
happened
side note.
is
So I broke open those bag of indoor
um,
outdoor.
the family hasn't been in
Bags?
contact.
They're small.
And when they do contact,
Like, I
they
worry they're
just
gonna even
tell
fit our
of
trash
these
can all the way.
weird incidents in the town.
They're
Children
not
are
as
going
big as I
missing.
thought.
People are dying.
I was like, damn, I thought it was gonna be
She
bigger than
just
that.
would love for
Did you take the
someone
shot?
to check it out
What?
and see what's
Did you
going
take
on in the
that
town.
shot?
I took one indoor outdoor to try to put the grass trimmings from the last mow in. I couldn't get the
Offer her
like
comfort
bag
and tell
over
her
the
that we'll
thing.
be happy to
Yeah,
investigate
you're
that
imagining a
as soon
30-gallon
as
bag.
we resolve the threat to our friend's life.
I was like, before I
Alright.
was able to stretch it over like the opening to
And
the.
she
I couldn't do it that time.
Right, and
thank you.
imagine how much would get
Bless you.
wasted in that full
Bless
instead
you.
of packing
Bless you,
that big in
Claire.
our trash can.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
I know your word.
It'd be a waste.
I know.
You'd be a lot of wasted space
Praise
for
be
that.
to Thornton. I know your word is platinum.
I was saying,
And
I'm talking about the trash can when we go out tonight.
She
No, it has to go
returns
outside,
back
but
into
we're
her
bringing all
house
stuff
feeling a
in
little bit
the
better, knowing that you guys
kitchen
are
out
going to
there
go
first,
check
too.
it out.
Try to get rid of some of our
I
TV
got
boxes
directions.
still.
Yep. Yep.
But thankfully, all those other
Alright.
boxes went out and the stroller. So.
Well,
What's
are
our
we gonna
excuse?
retire?
What is it?
Tired. Festival.
Well, since I have your help, those burly-looking gentlemen said that they'd contact me again with the location of their new little hideout. So we wait for their signal.
Yep. That's all you can do is wait. Because. Alright, and that will end the session for today.
Tomorrow, the festival.
So, you guys have a new quest to hold you guys over, and you guys get to enjoy the festivities of the festival tomorrow, which I have planned arm wrestling competitions, watermelon eating contests, and a dice tournament. I figured that Wenser would fall for that.
Nice.
Curiously, are we close to level 4 now that we've like had a perfect finish on that last one?
Yeah, I would say yeah, you're close, but you have at least like I would say I have it planned out when you guys are gonna hit for it soon. It will probably be in about 2 sessions.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Great job, team, by the way, on that perfect finish there.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, and I didn't mean to be such a jerk to you, Anthony.
No, you're fine, bro.
I love you long time.
No jerk intended. Sucky $5.
sucky $5.